Welcome to the 21st Century Local History Club. I'll be interviewing you today. My name's
Thank
Heather.
you. I'm enjoying being back here.
That's good. How long is it that you've been retired now?
How long? I don't know. Maybe 4 years.
Okay.
About 4 years.
Can we stop? She needs to start again. We haven't done a name. We need to get a name right at the beginning. Remember, you have to say, my name is such and such.
I said my name is Heather.
And did you ask your name?
Oh.
Cigars?
Extend your hand after you say your name, sweetie, and then.
Okay.
And then ask her name. That goes on the very beginning of the tape. That's why.
Tape is rolling. Take number 3.
Welcome to the 21st Century Local History Club. Hi, my name is Heather. What is yours?
Hello, Heather. I remember you from a couple years back.
Quite a few years.
Quite a few years, yes.
What else besides teaching high school Spanish, kindergarten up to 6th grade, what else did you do in your community?
Gotta ask a name, honey.
I did.
Okay. You didn't get it.
We didn't hear it over here. I can't hear a word you're saying.
I'm talking.
I'll have a problem if she doesn't talk
You gotta
more
slow
clearly.
down and speak crisply.
I won't bite. I bit when you're in.
Be very loud.
Hey, you
There you go.
Yeah,
Right?
like you're yelling at us.
Like
It's
you're
fine.
yelling. You gotta speak to me out here.
I don't have a lot of voice. I'll try though.
See, you have a chance to laugh and yell at the teachers, so take advantage of it.
Yeah,
Here we
that is
go.
a good choice.
Take number 4.
Welcome to the 21st Century Local History Club. Hi, my name is Heather. What is yours?
My name is Mrs. Reichert, Delores Reichert.
What else besides teaching high school Spanish, kindergarten up to 6th grade, what else did you do in your community?
In this community, Girl Scouts basically, and church.
In church. What was your favorite thing about Girl Scouts?
What was my favorite thing about Girl Scouts? Camping, I think.
Camping.
Down at Seven Hills, because you could have a good time and
Time.
I didn't have to sleep in a tent.
Where did you sleep?
I slept in Health Haven.
That's
I pretended I was ill. No, I didn't.
How many years did you or have you worked with the Girl Scouts?
Oh, many millions of years. I really can't tell you. I don't know. I have no idea. At least 30.
At least 8. Wow. What's your fondest memory of Girl Scout camp? What was your favorite theme that we've done
At Girl Scouts?
at Girl Scout camp?
Oh, the favorite thing you've done. I think the most fun was marching in the parades for 4th of July and Memorial Day and that sort of thing. That was kind of fun.
Have you ever had a relative or a family member in the military?
My husband's cousin was the only one, but other than that, no.
How many years did you teach here at Akron?
30.
30?
Yep.
Wow.
Long time.
Well, how many years did you teach in Ohio? Because it said that you taught.
In Ohio?
Mhm.
On and off. I taught the first year in Akron, Ohio. And then that was about it. And then we moved to Edmonton, Alberta.
What important event really sticks out in your mind?
What?
What really important event sticks out in your mind?
Oh my goodness. I think with the war that's going on now, I think I remember very clearly going home when I was a kid and my father was listening to the radio and I said to him, I started talking to him because I thought, nothing's wrong, I'm going to talk to you. And he said, shut up. And my father never talked like that. That was Pearl Harbor. That was way back when.
Wow. Do you enjoy working in the community with Girl Scouts and everything?
Do I enjoy what?
Working here in the community with the Girl Scouts
Oh
and
yes,
everything?
I have a good time.
What is your, do you remember when we were at Girl Scout camp and we did the circus theme and we had the freak show and everything down at the one cabin?
Vaguely. There have been so many that I can't remember one in particular.
I remember that. That was fun.
Oh, you like that, huh?
I like that one.
Oh, good.
That and the 50 sock hop. That was the best.
Yeah, that was good. I remember that one.
We had music from all over the place, and you guys were just getting as crazy as we were.
Never.
that was. I always liked going to camp because that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
How many times have you been to Washington with the Girl Scouts?
Anyway.
How many times have you been to Washington, D.C. with the
Oh,
Girl
I
Scouts?
tried to add it up one time. At least 8 or 9, and Mr. Williams has driven the bus a lot of times too.
Really?
He's a good driver.
Uh-oh. Give it. Okay. Any questions from the audience?
Sure. First of all, I would love to see Mr. Williams right there on the camera with you. Your driver.
He has to bring the bus with him, though. He has
He'll
to
have
say
to
Grand
present
Island
his driving.
Transit on it.
And I
Yes,
think Mr.
dear.
Williams should ask you a couple questions about your trip to Washington.
He knows more than I
Do you remember
do.
going over to the Roosevelt Island?
Yes, I do.
First time we had to fight the traffic at the
Yes.
airport, swing around a couple times.
I remember that because you, a couple years before that, wouldn't take me over there.
Truth be
And then-
told.
Because I didn't know how to get there.
Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden he was going the wrong direction. I couldn't figure out why, and he wouldn't tell me why. But we got to Theodore
We
Roosevelt
found it
Island.
by mistake, believe it.
Yep.
Because we were going the other way instead of Gettysburg. Not Gettysburg. We were going to, where were we going? That's why we got lost.
Where
we're
were
going to
we
Mount
going?
Vernon.
Yeah, right.
And I turned around the other way. That's right. So who was our co-pilot in that bus with us?
Probably Pat.
Pat.
Yeah.
Who's Pat?
Popielski. She's good at coing.
Very good.
No, we have a good time in Washington.
Yep.
We really
We're
do.
going to be going again next year, the 04 summer, right?
Yep.
It's gonna be fun.
Wonderful.
I'm glad you're here. Keep on talking.
Yes, and you can come back anytime you want to.
Tell
Okay.
us what you toured in Washington.
Oh my
I
goodness.
just broke the camera, but that's okay.
What else is new?
Actually, I think the year that we ended up down there on the 4th of July was very impressive because Mr. Williams had this brilliant idea, which was really a very good idea, about we didn't know where to sit to watch the fireworks because we drove by the Capitol building at 7 o'clock in the morning and it was packed. The steps were full waiting for the fireworks. So we took the bus, Jim took the bus, down to the station. What's the name of it?
Union Station.
Yeah, Union Station. And we ate downstairs and we went up to the roof. And we sat up at the roof and watched them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was neat. You couldn't see the lower ones, but you could see the higher one.
I think that was the year I went to.
What?
I think that was the year I went. Yeah,
Was it
we
really?
did. That was the year I went. I was
remember
thinking.
we went up to the top of the station to watch all the fireworks.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I didn't know it was him driving the bus. I probably wouldn't have gotten on it then.
Sounds like we have all your Girl Scouts right here in this room.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Wonderful.
What's
Tell
funny-
us about some other trips.
Some other trip? I don't know. Think of one, Mr. Williams.
Did you say you went to Boston?
Yes, we have gone to Boston. It's interesting, but nothing matches Washington. Washington is unique. I know they all blend together.
New York City?
No. Well, I went there with a Girl Scout troop from Williamsville, but New York City is not my choice to go to. But we had talked about, we went to Philadelphia once also, but that was kind of duddy too. That wasn't terribly exciting, but Washington is wonderful. I can talk about
Were you
Washington.
always a troop leader?
Well, for a long time when my kids were in it, but after my kids weren't in it anymore, no, I just didn't bother. I do the troop organizing, is about all. And it's interesting. We've taken some interesting people. We've taken Dottie Freeman and her husband, and yes, we take males also.
Wow.
Yeah,
Of course, they're very outnumbered when we do. When
Yes,
you do. There's
definitely. Oh, we do go through Gettysburg too, and then we stop at Hershey on the way back, which is interesting. And it's interesting, isn't it, that the tour, when the tour
and then
ends,
at the end they blow all this chocolate smell at you.
Yeah.
So then you go out into gift area and you want to buy chocolate because you just had this nice chocolate smell at you. And it's so annoying because then you buy chocolate, you spend all your money on it.
Well, they dump you deliberately in the gift shop.
I know. And then as you're walking out, they give you a free sample of the chocolate so that
Yeah.
so that even more entices you to buy it. I bought like 5 bags of like Hershey Kisses, I swear, and chocolate after that tour.
Yeah, it was interesting. What else do we talk about besides Girl Scouts?
About what grades did you teach?
I started out in 2nd grade in Akron, Ohio, and then I taught first and second is all. But when we lived in Edmonton, it was like 45 below zero, and I was substituting in a boys' phys ed. I have to tell you this. I was substituting in a high school boys' phys ed class, and they said they were supposed to go out and play rugby, and I said, fine, go, I'll watch out the window. And at 45 below, they were out there playing rugby. So I thought that was interesting.
Nothing was going to stop them.
Hmm?
I said, bless their hearts.
Oh, yeah, really.
Tell us about the differences you've seen over 30 years of teaching 1st and 2nd grade. About the levels of the kids, the general behavior patterns.
I really can't say that I notice a great deal of difference. I think it depends on how the teacher reacts with the class. And I still come up here every once in a while and do enrichment classes with them. But no, I really do not see that much difference. But then I haven't been around actually with a whole class for 4 years, so that's how it goes. What else?
What's your husband do for a living?
My husband is a minister. Thank you, Jim. Jim had to get that in, you know that, don't you?
And what church is he a minister in?
He's retired. He was in Edmonton, Alberta, Massillon, Steubenville, Wilkesville, and that was it.
What denomination?
Lutheran,
Wonderful.
naturally.
How many children do you have?
Oh, I have lots. I have 4 children. Well, they aren't children. They're probably older than you are, Jim. Carol has, believe it or not, 6 kids. And Ellen has 2, 1 little rugrat I babysit. And Janice has 1, and David is not even married yet. But he has a fiance, so one of these days it's coming.
Are any of them in Girl Scouts?
Yeah, Carol is, Ellen was, and of course Janice was when she was little. But she lives in Boston at the moment.
Boston, Massachusetts?
Yeah, she works for, well, a foundation. It's a foundation out of Tufts University, downtown. Yep.
And what does your son do?
My son? He works at Wyndham Lawn in Lockport. It's a place for PINS, children in PINS, people in need of supervision, which is not too wonderful an occupation sometimes, but he enjoys it. His fiance is his supervisor, so that should be interesting.
It's this year you saw President Clinton taking off in his helicopter from the lighthouse on. Was that one of the trips you were on with the Girl Scouts?
Oh, well, I think it was Jim saw the...
It wasn't Clinton, it was President Reagan.
Oh, is that who it was? I couldn't remember who it was.
President Reagan, we saw.
Yeah.
President Reagan took off. Could you tell that a little louder?
Oh, President Reagan took off in a helicopter from the yard, one of the sides of the White House. And Jim saw him. I didn't see him. But that's... I understand they're doing tours at the White House again. Yeah.
Didn't know they ever stopped doing tours.
Pardon?
I didn't know they stopped doing tours.
No, they wouldn't, because of the war, they wouldn't let anyone in the White House, and they wouldn't let anyone in the Capitol building, I don't think. But that's
Didn't they stop that during 9/11 also?
yeah,
Since then?
I think so. The Capitol building is an iffy tour anyway, because I mean, you can get there and some Shah of Iran or Iraq or something, you know, if he shows up, then everybody gets thrown out of the Capitol building. So it's iffy, and so is the White House.
Yeah, the White House, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get in that day, but we did.
Same with the Capitol building.
What's your best memory of the White House?
Can I say something funny?
Sure.
Let's see.
Jim not being able to go through the metal detector because his keys were in there. That's why. Sorry about that,
Truth
Jim.
comes out.
Now, the White House tour, people love to go in it because they can say it was in the White House. But you see a very, 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 very limited amount of the White House. And when anything happens, you're thrown out. We were there one time when there was a fender bender on Pennsylvania Avenue, and they removed everybody immediately. So I don't know, it's not my favorite tour.
What's your favorite room in there that you've seen
In the White House?
in the White House?
You don't really see very many rooms. You see the,
I think we've seen like a total of 4 or 5 when we were there.
yeah, well, the dining hall and that sort of thing, where they have
Yeah,
the
the
big dinners is about it. But you don't see the president's homes or anything like that.
I think we went through the rooms where the first few First Ladies like painted them like green and blue and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember those. Huh?
Oh, actually, I like the gift shops the best in the White House. And they have a separate little building that has, you know, all the gifts and the things that you can buy.
Ashley, you have a question?
Yes, I do. I remember when we went to the money, you know where they make money?
Right.
Can you tell us why you can't touch the ceiling? Because I remember one girl did.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
When we went to the department where they make the money,
Right.
Why can't we touch the ceiling?
Why can't you touch the ceiling?
Yeah, one girl almost did, and Miss Kruba was very, very mad at her. I think there might have been like a security in the
I'm not
ceiling or
going to say
something.
names, but I remember who it was.
This
I
is
remember
bad.
who it was.
I'm
not gonna
like
say names.
security. I think there might be security system.
Or-
I have no clue why you couldn't touch the ceiling.
Because before we even went on the tour, like the ceiling was very short, and
Yeah, and I had to duck my head.
and we're all like
It was
ducking
like-
down, and then they're
Right.
like, you cannot touch the ceiling, or else we're gonna throw you out. And it was very, very, and like it was very, very scary.
It
It's
was
Well-
like it's very short, so like you're scared to touch the ceiling, and they tell you that you can't, or else you can't finish the tour, and you're
And
gonna
then-
get arrested, and it's very, very traumatizing.
And then this
Are
girl
you-
like reached up there, and I'm like,
Yeah, she
okay.
reached up there, Miss Kruba got really mad, started screaming at her. It's kind of funny.
Do you know anything about it?
Wasn't it?
Are you sure they weren't being funny, trying to?
They think everybody took them seriously.
Yeah,
though.
trying to make.
They said something about it being a security measure.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't
security
know.
measure, I think.
I don't know. If you steal money, I would say it would be wrong, but other than that, I don't think. I don't think so. Okay. Where else are we?
I'd love to hear your comments on living in Akron, New York. I know you did live in Akron, Ohio. What were your best memories of living here so
4:30
far?
detention will be in room H164. 4:30 detention will be in H164.
Well, to be honest with you, I have lived all the other places I lived were cities. And I really enjoy Akron because it's a neat little city and the people are nice and you can get to Buffalo very shortly. I can go to Shays, to the theaters, and I really enjoy Akron. I'm glad we ended up here.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
And when you go to Shays, what's your favorite like musical or production to see
Oh, at Shays?
at Shays?
Oh, there's only one choice, Phantom of the Opera.
Opera, I love that. Have you ever seen Cats?
Yeah, I think we saw Cats. I think it was there a couple years ago. Yeah, but we've seen some beautiful productions at Shays.
Phantom of the Opera is really pretty there.
Yeah, it's excellent. Yes?
You any more questions?
I don't know. Not that I know of. I can
Not
put
that
my
you know.
glasses on and look at my cheat sheet. Um, oh. Um, what I was thinking of was when, don't you have a drill now where everybody has to line up against the wall?
Oh yeah, the codes. Like
Yeah,
the
right,
Delores codes or whatever
okay.
they are. Yeah.
All right. Well, I remember the first year I taught, we went down in the basement and they had to hide underneath the desks. And I remembered that from way back when, you know, you got into the thing here now. But it's interesting. And I remember one of my second graders, in a foolish way, he was being bad, so I put him out in the hall. And I wasn't thinking that the fire alarm was right there. And so he pulled the fire alarm and evacuated the entire building. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Don't you love second graders?
Yeah, they're just wonderful. Actually, he gave me a beautiful, huge Santa Claus to put cards in. And I still remember his name. I'll say his name, and I'm sure in Akron, Ohio, he won't know. David Lash. Isn't that funny that I remember that and nothing else?
Remember that name, but don't remember anybody else from that class.
I remember you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm in trouble.
No, you're not in trouble.
Okay, well,
What does that mean? Take it off?
gotta go. It was very nice having you. Thank you for coming and sharing everything with us. It was really great.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed it, and I guess it's all right that Mr. Williams harassed me into it. Okay.
Truth be told.